Hey my love, it's Magda K and welcome to my channel where we discuss everything about intimacy, relationships and sexuality. And today I want to talk about sexual shame. I want to share with you my story and one thing that allowed me to release any shame around my sexuality. So shame as an emotion is actually very destructive. It's a form of gaslighting ourselves. When we carry a lot of shame in any area of our life, we end up questioning ourselves. We question our needs, and so we don't do anything to meet them, but we also question our boundaries, which means we allow people to step over us. And in the realm of sexuality, this can be very dangerous, and it is also why we struggle to get into relationships or maintain them. So releasing sexual shame is really essential if you want to enjoy a happy, intimate relationship and if you really want to feel met, satisfied and fulfilled in your sexuality. So I used to carry a lot of sexual shame, and it was basically about the fact that there are certain things I wanted to try, but I wasn't really received by my partners. In fact, when I shared what I wanted, they kind of looked at me like I was weird. And then there are other things I heard that I should enjoy as a woman, and I didn't really. And so I just concluded, honestly, that there's something very deeply wrong with me. And you know, I went like this for many years. I got into some relationships that I lost literally because of that. Now, as you guys know, I did Tantra and I spent over a decade studying these arts. So when I moved into the Tantric community, I learned so many things. But that one thing was what made the biggest difference for me and helping me let go of sexual shame. And that was to learn that there are sexuality types. So just like you have personality types, we have sexuality types. So for example, you may have people who are very extroverted, very outgoing and loud, sort of like me. And then you have people who are introverted. They need more time alone. They're not as loud. Now, none is better or worse. It's just different ways of being in life, of interacting with people and ourselves. So you don't try to tell an introverted person that the way they are is wrong and that they should be more extroverted. Instead, understanding these different types allows us to accept ourselves as we are. So we release a lot of shame. And when we learn about sexuality types, we can do the same in the realm of intimacy. So I realized that the weird things that I wanted to try and that I enjoyed weren't weird at all. It's just that I was this specific sexuality type, and it was perfectly normal for me and anyone else who also shares this type. And then the other things that I was told I should enjoy because, you know, everyone enjoys it, that's actually not the case. It's just that out of all four sexuality types, there's one that is kind of adapted the most by the Hollywood and media, and so that's what we see, assuming that that's what sexuality is. So we have four main sexuality types. They're connected to your chakras and elements and different senses, and we have earth, water, fire, and air. So I am predominantly earthy in my sexuality type. But the type that we see most often around us in all the media, it's the water. So if you happen to be water, probably you have a lot of reflections that the way you are is all okay. But if you're any other type, especially earth and fire, you may feel like something is wrong with you and that you need to change. And in fact, I do get a lot of clients, a lot of people come to me because they feel that the way they are is wrong. They want to change, they want to fit what they see, you know, in movies. And what we actually end up doing is, you know, learning about these types, helping my clients recognize which type they are. And instead of forcing themselves to be something they are not, I help them find acceptance. And you know, some things you may enjoy that may seem weird to some people, trust me, there will be a lot of people on this planet who will share your kinks and fantasies. So when we start learning about this, we get to accept ourselves. We get to then take care of our needs and start honoring our boundaries more. And through that, we actually become fully free from sexual shame. Because remember, shame lives in darkness. It's what's hidden, what's taboo that creates shame. And of course, in our society, all sexuality is hidden, right? Anything about sex is a big taboo. So it's no wonder that we carry so much shame. But again, learning about the earthy, fiery, watery, and airy sexuality, recognizing which type you are and that it's perfectly normal to be like this, is such an important and helpful way to help you really be empowered and liberated in your sexuality. So if you would like to know which of the 4 you are, but also learn how to recognize it in your partner or potential partner, which is really important also to create sexual compatibility, you can actually learn this in my training about 4 sexuality types. So I show you, I demonstrate, I explain what each type is. I tell you about different strokes that will be aligned with different types, and even types of orgasm. Because depending on which type you are, different types of orgasm will be less or more available to you. So this training, if you want to join this, if you want to learn about your type, is available inside the School of Intimacy. And you can join for only $55 because we have a special promo happening in August to celebrate the launch, the opening of this school. So until the end of August, you can enjoy 20% off to join the School of Intimacy and learn about your sexuality type. And of course, on top of that, you're getting access to the full curriculum of the school. So if there's anything else that you want to discover, you get it all. So if you would like to discover what your sexuality type is, go to www.magdakay.com/school to learn more, and you'll also find the link in the description of this video. And I just want to end by saying that shame, it's usually really heavy, and there's so many different components that can create shame. And too often we learn that it's normal to carry this. And I was like that for about 10 years. You know, I felt so much shame, and I thought, well, that's just how things have to be. That's the normal. And I lost a relationship over that. It's only when I learned about my sexuality type that I realized I don't need to carry this shame. I get to be liberated. I get to ask and receive exactly what I want. Honestly, on my path of learning about Tantra and sexual healing, that has been until today the most life-changing information. So my love, I am super excited about you discovering these types and learning whether you are earth, water, fire, or air. Thank you so much for watching this. If you liked it, give it a like, and please subscribe to my channel if you want to learn more about intimacy and conscious relating.